Reactor, roll off.
Hype. Hype never changes. Some think the best part of being a gamer is playing. Playing away all the worries of the world, transfixed by a screen full of everlasting wonder. Others waste away hoping that their true desires will come to fruition. But hype never changes. One day, however, the countdown struck 0, and soon after, the world heard thunderous cheers of fans waiting to revisit that place called home, the Wasteland. Finally, on the day of June 14th, 2015, the cries were heard yet again around the world when it was revealed that the fans would come back to the home sooner than expected. Now, with one day remaining, it's up to these two heroes to discover if the harsh wasteland is what it claims to be, by going there themselves and doing the bravest thing anyone has ever done: voice their opinions. 'Cause hype never changes.
At long last, Cory, we finally get to play Fallout 4.
7 years since Fallout 3, 5 years since Fallout New Vegas, and we just found out about this game 5 months ago at the Bethesda E3 thing.
5 months? Really? I have been waiting 2 years for Mirror's Edge 2 to come out, and it's still not coming until May.
See, the problem is game developers need to do what Bethesda did and announce the game when it's closer to being ready.
Right? Especially if something as big as Fallout 4. Everyone on the internet's talking about it. It's gonna win all kinds of Game of the Year awards, almost every single one of them. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
Is this even a co-op game? What the hell are you doing?
I just like holding the controller, man. It's exclusive. Got it on the internet. There's 5,000 of them made, you know? It's cool, right? No?
Let's start with the story, particularly the beginning. It feels incredibly rushed.
Now, before you get to that, buddy, I want to compliment this incredibly well-designed character creator. I managed to make an avatar that looks almost exactly like me, so please enjoy that beautiful face for the rest of the video. You were saying, Cory?
Thanks? I'm not going to spoil anything past the beginning of the game story-wise, but if you don't want to know what happens, skip to this mark, the one on the screen right now. Alright, suit yourself. So what's going to happen is Fallout 4 takes the unique approach of starting out before the nuclear war of 2077. But of course, this romanticized setting does not last long before you and your family are forced to take refuge in Vault 111.
You, along with the rest of the Vault Dwellers, are then cryogenically frozen for 200 years, and you wake up in the middle of your sleep to witness your son kidnapped and your wife or husband murdered. Your objective now is to find your son. That's pretty much it. It's kind of like the plot of Fallout 3, but roles reversed.
So that's my whole beef with the intro. It was short, rushed, and I didn't feel any connection with my wife or son. I understand Bethesda may have wanted to make Fallout 4's intro shorter than 3's. I get it. I see why people thought that was too long, but I didn't have a problem with 3 to begin with. It helped me get to know my Liam Neeson father figure and introduced me to the mechanics in a non-intimidating way, and 4 tries a little too hard to throw players into the action at the jump. It loses a lot of story quality along the way because of it.
I see where you're coming from, but I feel the rest of the game makes up for it, especially now that your character talks. Technically, they've always talked in previous entries, but they didn't have a voice. Now that they do, there's a greater sense of connection between you and the other characters. I just really enjoy giving sarcastic responses like I do in real life.
You wasted good bullets.
Oh yeah? Could have done better yourself, huh?
But sometimes the dialogue options aren't as clear as they make themselves out to be.
Look, dumbass, that's not how baseball was played.
Whoa, I didn't want to call him that! Oh well, let's see where this goes.
How do you think it was played?
There were balls, strikes, 3 bases, and home runs. You kept score by how many runners made it to home plate.
Alright, Cory, I have a serious question and I don't know if you're gonna like it.
Are you going to ask me about my sexuality again?
Maybe.
Alright, go for it.
Okay, so this is a Bethesda game, right? So the number one question on everybody's mind is, how does it look?
That's easy. It looks beautiful.
Does it though?
Yeah.
Does it though?
Yeah.
Does it though?
Yeah, it does.
I'll admit, it's not the best looking game of this generation. Hell, it doesn't even compare to most of the heavy hitters released this year. But a famous author, I think, once wrote, "There's nothing noble in being superior to your fellow man. True nobility is being better than your past person, self, or something." Look, what I'm trying to say is that Fallout 4 is extremely good looking for a Fallout game. The Wasteland actually has color this time. Character animations look more natural and less stiff. Sort of. And for a Bethesda game, there aren't nearly as many glitches as there used to be.
I don't see the problem here. This is basically living with my roommate. Look, man, I don't care what night it is. My relatives are over, and we're trying to have a nice, relaxing family dinner, so please keep it down. Mom, I hope you're still not a vegetarian, because we're having steak tonight! And for some reason, she's still a vegetarian.
Can't imagine why.
I was curious to see how well this game would run on my PC, and it ran perfectly on Ultra at 60 FPS until I got out into this gigantic wasteland. I lowered my draw distance, quality of distant textures, and shadow resolution, which improved performance significantly, but I still get frame rate drops whenever I'm in a densely populated area.
That might be because you're an AMD user.
Hey now, let's not jump to conclusions. Day 1 patches, graphics drivers, let's just hold off our judgment for a bit, okay?
Yeah, sounds like something an AMD user would say.
Sounds like something a fat person would say.
That hurt.
I'm sorry, baby, I love you.
Alright, thanks.
If you thought Fallout 3's gunplay was clunky like I did, fear no more, because Fallout 4 is smooth like butter. I honestly trust shooting in VATS less now, and that is super good. Not to say I don't use VATS, I mean, dude, how could you not? Look at this kill cam! Over time, you'll find new companions to bring with you out in the wasteland, ranging from Dogmeat, your loyal German Shepherd, to the badass synthetic detective Nick Valentine, see? What's annoying about these characters is that since they're so relevant to the plot, they're like Tails in Sonic. They cannot die. On the plus side, they have their own unique set of skills, which would come really handy if your lockpicking perk isn't up to snuff. But the downside of these guys is that they're pretty dumb. Can you just walk to the safe for the love of God?
Oh, Joey, don't do it. Don't you fucking do it. Think of the children, man. He's gonna do it. He just did it.
It's so funny. This is a classic. It's so great.
You know what, Joey? I used to have respect for you as a reviewer, as a guy who writes articles, but you know what? Those days are gone. You're gonna die tonight. Bring it.
Unfortunately, managing your weapons and items is still a cumbersome task. They made it a bit easier with the favorite system, but even then I still have trouble trying to figure out which gun I assign to which button in the heat of battle. The Pip-Boy companion app doesn't make anything easier. It's a neat little gimmick that works perfectly, but that's all it is, a gimmick. The most interesting new addition to Fallout 4 is the crafting system, which is pretty much Skyrim's crafting system but with guns and power suit armor. This makes the useless junk you've been collecting not so useless anymore, because you'll be using the materials to upgrade your arsenal. There are also chemistry tables and cooking stations in case you want to grill up that delicious radioactive meat.
The way armor works in the game took me by surprise. There are different types of armor for each limb on your body. It's kind of overwhelming at first from an inventory management standpoint, given that Fallout's inventory system in the Pip-Boy has never been that great. However, a few sorting features using the left thumbstick, if you're using a controller, really make things manageable, but not perfect.
Alright, Cory, I think it's time. We have to ask the question that the players really want to know.
What question is that?
Alright, so free roam games, open world games, try to advertise themselves as being extremely rich and full of hundreds and hundreds of hours of content. Where does Fallout 4 play into that?
Why are you asking me this? You played the game too.
I'm just trying to start a conversation, man. Don't judge. You know what? Get the out of here. I'm done. I'm done. This is bullshit.
Well, the Wasteland is gigantic, with tons of landmarks to explore, each with their own set of quests that make way for more quests that also have their own quests, so I hope you like quests, because Fallout 4 is full of quests. Did I mention quests? One thing I have to complain about, though, is that the karma system has been completely scrapped. I loved the karma system, it left in New Vegas, and it's still gone in Fallout 4, but this may be a good thing for some people. Earl Hickey. Long story short, you will have a very hard time being bored in this wasteland.
Especially now that settlements have come into play. The scrap you collect can be used to provide settlements with clean water, turret defenses, beds, houses, you name it. The problem is that the game doesn't do a whole lot to explain these mechanics. It took me a long time to figure out how to get lights working and how to assign settlers to certain tasks. But when I did get the hang of it, it sort of became an addiction. I mean, let's be honest, who doesn't love building a house in half a second? So how would you, as an avid Fallout fan, rate this game?
I don't think that's a fair question quite yet. The game has been out for only about a week, or we've had our hands on it for about a week, and I think there's so much to do in the 15 hours I've played. I still haven't even scratched the surface, but I don't want to deter anyone from not playing it themselves. So I'd have to say get it, but I can't put a number on it. Just get it and explore for yourself. There's got to be over hundreds of hours you can put into this thing.
I think it falls short of glory when it comes to the settlements that you can basically customize and whatnot, because I don't really feel engaged enough to want to keep going back to those things and constructing stuff. And then there's of course the inventory management still hasn't been improved from New Vegas or Fallout 3, so there's that of course. But if you're a Fallout fan, what are you doing? You should be getting this game when it comes out tomorrow.
As a longtime fan of the Fallout series, the one thing that I'm just really sad that is gone is the karma system. And in fact, just playing through the main campaign, I don't even know if it's possible to be a bad guy.
I'll have to play through this game again, make some bad decisions, if you will, but that's tough for me because I can't even make bad decisions in a video game, you know what I mean? Alright, so Fallout 4, I give it 4 out of 5 atoms, and you don't want to give it a score yet.
I'm not going to give it a score, but I definitely think you should go get it.
No,
go buy it.
Exactly, that's one thing we can agree on. Go get it. Do yourself a favor. We're playing it on PC, but even if you have a console, you should still get it. And if you want to see a console review of the game, read our friend Mike's review over at nerdreactor.com. Check it out. And if you want to see more video reviews like this one, we'll be coming out with more of them up on Nerd Reactor's official YouTube page, but you can also check out my page, Ferris Wheel Productions, for more reviews like this one. And tune in on Wednesday, folks, to Video Game Bang on Twitch. We're going to give more of our thoughts on Fallout 4 post-release, so you do not want to miss that. Thank you guys for watching. This is nerdreactor.com. Peace out.